everyone, I'm Hannah. My idea to foster collaborations between families and teachers is a take-home prayer box. This resource would be most suitable for a kindy pre-primary level but could be altered to fit the higher early childhood years. The overall idea of this prayer box to facilitate partnerships with families is that this prayer box goes home with a child on every Friday afternoon. This family will be able to have this prayer box for the whole week. Then on the next Friday morning, families will bring back the prayer box, and for Friday morning prayers, they will read their family prayer that they have written. Every child would get a turn in the class, if not more than one, and the box will come in a bag so it's easy for the children to hold. To support my idea of the take-home prayer box being useful for partnerships with families, I have linked it to various curriculum points. Starting with the EYLF, this idea links with outcome 2, as children will gain a sense of belonging to the group of their religion and in the classroom as they get to share it and show people about it. It also helps them respond to diversity, as there are alternatives in this, and we will learn about different people's religion and their practices of it. It also links to outcome 3, as they will get a strong sense of social and emotional well-being, being able to effectively communicate this. It links to outcome 4, as they are using their curiosity and cooperation and creativity in writing prayers. And finally, to outcome 5, as children will be interacting verbally and non-verbally with a range of purposes, and they will be expressing their ideas in lots of different ways. This idea also links to principles of the EYLF of partnerships, clearly, as it's creating these partnerships, and respect for diversity, as this presentation contains some alternatives to make sure everyone feels included. It also links to the practices of holistic approach, as we're looking at the whole child and their family through their spirituality, and also learning through play, as there's aspects of play within the prayer box and allows them to do this with their families. I'm also linking this to the CEWA curriculum. The curriculum states that pre-primary religion program caters for a holistic approach, which then does link to the EYLF. It also promotes a play-based approach, which you will see in the Godly Play inclusion of it, and experiences for success, creative and lifelong learners. This allows children to be creative, and it aids them in being lifelong learners of their religion and being able to share this back to their classmates. I'm also using quotes from the mandate to help discuss how important parents and families are in a child's faith journey. So the mandate states that the role of parents is vital. The parents are the first faith educators for children, which isn't more true. Parents are most of the time the initiators of children getting baptized and being welcomed into their faith. Students need to experience the family as a faith community. So this box will go home, help parents talk about their faith and do it with their children if they're not already, and they can see what kids are learning in religion at school and then can help learn with the child. Parents need to provide children with Christian witness, which this box will help do, and parents are evangelizers. This box will assist parents do this, and they can help evangelize with their children and then report back to the school and continue this with the school. The box also links to the theorist Bronson Brenner's ecological system theory. Having the family at a child's microsystem means it has the most direct impact, and this is why it's important that the child's faith and religion is being reinforced by their parents and their family, which is what the box encourages and enables through all the different resources. This is an example of what a prayer box could look like in your class. It has the name of the class, instructions for parents for when to bring it back, and this one is covered in gorgeous pictures of God's creation, which allows both families and children to experience wonder and awe and be reminded of what God has given us. And now to show you what resources will be included in the prayer box, starting with a Godly Play set. This will include the materials needed and a script of the scripture story. This might be the story that the class is focusing on, or a class that we've already covered. This will allow children to learn through play about scripture stories, will help the parents tell them the story, and then kids can play with the objects and help retell the story of their own view. This is a very effective way of learning, and it allows parents to discuss what they're learning and discuss the messages of scripture story, which can also be quite far-fetched for young children. This resource will also help children tell the story from memory using concrete materials, giving them an opportunity to engage with the story on their own terms, which in turn means they are learning through play. The box will also include some prayer cards of prayers that the kids say in class quite regularly. This will help them practice them with parents, and then parents can learn them. It includes their morning prayer, mealtime prayer, end of the day prayer, school prayer, and common prayers such as Hail Mary and Our Father. The family prayers within this resource is a really big part of the collaboration within this idea. Each time a child has this prayer box, with their family will have an opportunity to write a prayer. This prayer can be thanking God, asking for strength, whatever the family and child want to write about. Then, when the prayer box is returned Friday morning, a member of the child's family or whoever can attend will come and read this prayer as the morning prayer. If no one is able to attend, the child and teacher will then read this. This will then foster collaborations between families and with the families and parents, as we can share what we need strength for and what everyone can help and pray for. Children and families will be really proud of this prayer, so it's important to celebrate this and create this as a special time of the week where we get to have a lovely visitor from a family and spend this time together to pray to God and join together in our faith. The prayer box will also include a book which can be read by the child and family whenever they wish, perhaps as a bedtime story to encourage this. It may be a biblical story, a non-fiction book about a church or religion. Some prayer books are also lovely, song books with different hymns that the children can sing with their family, or celebrations such as Christmas or Easter and maybe the seasons of Lent and Advent. As this take-home prayer box might not work for every class or every family, I've provided some alternatives of what you can do instead. For families that have other religions than your school in your class, it's really important to take this opportunity for the class and yourself to become educated about this religion. They can still take this box home and learn about the religion that the school follows, but they can take this time when they come back to the class for a family member to come and teach the children about it. Maybe they can bring something they do, a certain song that the religion sings, or take this opportunity to celebrate this other religion and celebrate the differences in our class if they don't feel comfortable talking about their religion. For non-Catholic schools, a great alternative would be a meditation box. This can really focus on calming the child and developing their holistic body and working on their spirituality, no matter if it's religious or not. This could include resources such as a guided meditation story that the children could listen to or a parent could read to them, a gratitude jar which then could be shared with the class on Friday mornings or could be kept private for anything they're grateful for. Some names of some meditation resources for parents to use, for example, apps or websites, or even some YouTube channels are great. And some sensory calming toys and objects. You can get these from Kmart, some squishy toys or some kinetic sand, things like that that are really sensory and tactile for children. And here is my reference list. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope this was a useful resource that some of us can use in our own classrooms very soon.